Hello, I'm back. If you didn't see the previous video where I made these little fabric collages, you can go back to the previous video and see how I did these. They're made out of vintage sheets and bits of lace, but I'm going to do some more here. I've already got my sheet and my quilt batting and my backing. For some of them I used piece of the, that one didn't get a backing, just 2 pieces of the sheet, and some of them have this vintage plain white fabric, which is quite lovely. So let's just get back to work here. In the first video I had stamped these vintage ladies, and while I was off camera I stamped some more, but I used some flower images. I'm gonna just move this a little bit. So we'll just see what we want to use here. I know I should have some more vintage ladies. I'm pretty sure I didn't use up all the ones I stamped. Don't know where they are right now. Okay, well, I guess we'll just use flowers. We can use this lady. Some of them won't have as much embellishment on them because you'll see the flowers on the sheets are larger, and I don't want to cover up the pattern with the smaller flowers. It's just an all-over pattern, and it's fine to use a lot more laces and things. All right, let's start with this one. We have this white cotton sheet with yellow flowers on it, and I can use more decoration on this because there's more white space. I do want the, oh, there's another vintage lady. I do want the flower to show, of course. We could use a piece of that. I have so much I could use for these. I could be using chenille pieces. I could be using vintage fabric or even new fabric. So it doesn't have to be, like, I'm using vintage sheets. Oh, I keep forgetting to tell you, this is a Stashistry episode. You may have seen my Scrapistry, where I'm using up scraps, making embellishments with scraps, but this is the first of my Stashistry, which I'm using parts of my stash, and this episode is for vintage sheets. And I forgot to completely to mention that in the first video. Well, I don't really like her on there, so let's try a little flower, or leaves, branch there of leaves. I don't want to just decorate this end and decorate that end. That would look weird. I don't know what else to do here. Oh, this is cute. I've got this yellow gingham. It's already sewn into a pleat. It's a scrap from a previous pocket. I don't know. I might leave it like that. I could just put a little something down in the corner here. In the first video I sewed, after I had it all put together, I did the sewing, but you don't have to watch me do the sewing this time. I'm just going to pin it and set it aside, and after I have them all collaged, I will do the sewing. Still not sure about this. Seems like I need something at the top. Let's just move this up there. Alright, now this one has this really beautiful rose, and I want to make it a flip. It'll be like this, so that the rose will be right side up. It's got this yellow ribbon on the side. So I don't need to do too much to this one. I could maybe stamp a word here. What do I have handy? This says, "Be beautiful. Love. Dream. Family. Live." Oh, let's do dream. I have a little acrylic block, a smaller one, but this is what I have over here, so I'm going to use this one. Just fraying it a little bit because I cut it with scissors. And I think that'll do it for this one. Again, I don't need to do too much to this one. Let me see about my velvet ribbons in here. A little velvet ribbon might be nice. I think for this one I'll put some lace either all along the top or the bottom. This will probably be a pocket, so I think I will put the lace along the top. There's a piece of vintage trim that's pretty, really pretty. Whoops. And this is a non-vintage trim. This was from Hobby Lobby. So I can overlap them. One is shorter than the other. This one is an all-over pattern. It's very pretty, and I think I can use one of these on this. This needs something to help it stand out from the white background. Now for the lace. This is a little strip of taffeta that I had cut with pinking scissors for the flapper journals that I did. But I love that little strip. And this is a little strip of lace, silk, I mean, that was cut with pinking shears. we still have a couple of little sprigs showing, so I think that is good. I think that's enough for this one. This one's gorgeous all by itself. I'm not going to do much at all to this one. I think I need something not white there. And that is enough. Ouch. I have a little tip for you. Don't stick the pin in your finger or your thumb. All right, how many do we have left here? 3. This one is just the plain quilted one. I think I have one more lady here with, it doesn't show up very well, but it's a couple. Not sure, it might be too big. I have these pieces from Ooh La La Crafts. Christy. I bought these from her shop. That's pretty. The background fabrics for some of these were I said it was a vintage fabric, and some of them came from this, and it's got some bias tape, hand sewn. It's stitched on both edges, but it's hand sewn down the center, and I thought that was interesting. I don't know if I'll use it on this, but I thought I might. I want to use it on something because I like it. It's just a little subtle detail here. So these would be good in my Vintage Lady journals that I'm about to make, and also Shabby Chic journals, many other kinds, just any kind of journal you want. Especially, you know, if you make them on your own and use the colors, and you can use bright colors, you can use patchworks and ginghams. That would be fun. I have old pieces of quilt in various patterns and colors that I really want to do things like this with. But that's another episode. It just gives a little subtle bit of different texture because it's silk, and it does have a texture slightly different in the tone of white. I'll have to do other videos where I make other things with the vintage sheets, but I really wanted to make some fabric pockets today. It's going to take me a long time to use up vintage sheets if that's all I do, though, with these little tiny pieces. I've got a lot of pieces of vintage sheets. I bought a lot from the Blue Van Man last year and some at other flea markets. And I sold bundles of them. So I hope you guys have, those of you who purchased them, have been having fun with them. I'd love to know what you're doing with them. This is a piece of vintage fabric. Got to give it a haircut. Some of those frayed threads are extra long. And I think that does it. That is the last one that I had prepared. So all I have to do now is sew them together, and I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Most of them will be pockets. This one will be a flip. I think the rest will probably be pockets. So that's it for Stashistry today. Hopefully the next time I come on to do a video, which probably won't be today, I can show you the completed pockets. And right now, I'm going to sew. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.